Have you ever wondered why some of the most kind-hearted, faithful people struggle to find love, while others seem to have it all? What if I told you that being chosen by Allah for a higher purpose might mean walking a path less traveled on, where worldly desires like romance take a back seat? This isn't a coincidence. It's a divine design. Today, we'll uncover why those chosen by Allah often face loneliness and love, and why this struggle is actually a hidden blessing. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to this deeply reflective discussion. In Islam, we believe that every trial, every hardship, and even every unanswered dua is part of Allah's grand plan for us. But when it comes to matters of the heart like finding love or companionship, it can feel especially confusing and painful. Why do some of the most devout believers struggle with loneliness? Why does it seem like their prayers for a soulmate go unanswered? The truth is, being chosen by Allah often means being tested in ways that others may not understand. It's a sign of being elevated for a greater purpose, even if it doesn't feel that way in the moment. In this video, we'll dive into the Islamic concept of being chosen, how worldly struggles like loneliness are tests from Allah, and why these trials are ultimately a mercy in disguise. By the end, you'll walk away with not just Islamic insights, but also practical wisdom to help you navigate this journey with patience and faith. So, let's begin. Defining the chosen one in Islam. So, who exactly is the chosen one in Islam? It's not about being perfect or living a life free from hardship. In fact, it's quite the opposite. A chosen one is someone whom Allah tests with trials and challenges to refine their faith, strengthen their character, and prepare them for a greater purpose. These trials are not punishments, they are opportunities for growth, elevation, and drawing closer to Allah. Throughout Islamic history, we see countless examples of chosen individuals who faced immense struggles. Take Prophet Yunus a.s. for instance. He was swallowed by a whale and left in the depths of darkness, feeling utterly alone. Yet it was in that moment of isolation that his sincere dua was answered, and he emerged stronger, more steadfast in his mission. Then there's Prophet Yusuf a.s., who was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned unjustly. Despite his loneliness and suffering, he remained patient and trusting in Allah's plan, ultimately rising to a position of great influence and fulfilling his divine purpose. And let's not forget our beloved Prophet Muhammad who endured years of persecution, loss, and heartache. He faced the death of his beloved wife Khadija, R.A., and his uncle Abu Talib, leaving him feeling isolated and vulnerable. Yet, these trials shaped him into the greatest leader and mercy to mankind. The key point here is this: being chosen by Allah doesn't mean a life of ease or worldly fulfillment. It means being molded through tests and trials to fulfill a higher role that often requires sacrifice, patience, and unwavering trust in Allah's wisdom. So if you're facing loneliness or hardship, remember, you're not being neglected, you're being prepared. The segment titled, Why Romance May Be Withheld, explores 3 key reasons why individuals might experience delays or challenges in finding romantic relationships, framed within an Islamic perspective. Here's a breakdown of the reasons and their explanations. Reason 1. A test of patience and faith. Explanation. Allah, Swait, tests those he loves with trials, including emotional struggles such as loneliness or the absence of a romantic partner. These tests are meant to strengthen one's patience, faith, and reliance on Allah. Quranic reference. Surah Al-Baqarah 2-155-156 emphasizes that believers will be tested with fear, hunger, loss of wealth and lives, but they should respond with patience and remembrance of Allah. This includes emotional trials like longing for companionship. Key takeaway. Enduring such tests with patience and trust in Allah's plan can lead to spiritual growth and greater rewards. Reason 2. Protection from distractions. Explanation. Romance and worldly attachments can sometimes divert individuals from their higher purpose or spiritual goals. Allah may withhold such blessings to protect a person from distractions that could hinder their focus on worship, personal development, or fulfilling their mission. Example, the Prophet Muhammad endured significant personal sacrifices, including the loss of his beloved wife, Khadija, to focus on his divine mission of spreading Islam. His life demonstrates how detachment from worldly attachments can lead to greater spiritual achievements. Key takeaway. Being single or without a romantic relationship can be a form of divine protection, allowing one to focus on their purpose and relationship with Allah. Reason 3. Preparation for a greater role. Explanation. Sometimes, Allah withholds certain blessings, such as romance, to prepare an individual for a greater role or responsibility. This delay is not a punishment, but a means of shaping the person for a unique purpose. Example: Maryam A.S. was chosen by Allah for the extraordinary role of being the mother of Prophet Isa A.S. Her unmarried status was part of Allah's plan to prepare her for this divine responsibility. Key takeaway: what may seem like a lack or delay in one's life could actually be a preparation for a greater, more meaningful role ordained by Allah. Overall message: the segment encourages believers to view the absence of romance or companionship not as a deficiency but as an opportunity for growth, protection, or preparation for a greater purpose. It emphasizes trust in Allah's wisdom and timing, reminding individuals that every trial and delay has a divine reason behind it. The wisdom behind the struggle. Now, let's talk about the wisdom behind these struggles. Why does Allah allow some of His most devoted servants to face loneliness or a lack of romance? The answer lies in the profound spiritual growth that comes from these trials. When we're stripped of worldly comforts like companionship or love, we're forced to turn inward and upward, relying solely on Allah. This is the essence of tawakkul, complete trust in Allah's plan, even when it doesn't align with our desires. It's in these moments of solitude that our connection with Allah deepens, and we realize that He is the only one who can truly fulfill our hearts. Another layer of wisdom is the purification of the heart. Worldly desires, including the longing for romance, can sometimes distract us from our ultimate purpose, worshiping Allah and seeking His pleasure. When Allah withholds these desires, it's an opportunity to detach from the dunya and focus on purifying our souls. This detachment isn't easy, but it strengthens our iman faith and helps us prioritize what truly matters. Think of it as a spiritual detox, removing the distractions that cloud our hearts and replacing them with a deeper love for Allah. And let's not forget the eternal rewards. Every trial we endure with patience and faith is a stepping stone to greater blessings in the Akhirah, hereafter. The Prophet Muhammad said, "No fatigue, nor disease, nor sorrow, nor sadness, nor hurt, nor distress befalls a Muslim, even if it were the prick of a thorn, but that Allah expiates some of his sins because of it." Sahih al-Bukhari. Imagine the rewards awaiting those who patiently endure the ache of loneliness, trusting that Allah's plan is greater than their pain. So while the struggle may feel heavy now, remember, it's a means of elevation. It's a chance to grow closer to Allah, purify your heart, and earn rewards that far outweigh the temporary comforts of this world. The struggle isn't a sign of Allah's absent sights, a sign of His love and His desire to see you rise. The segment titled "Practical Advice for Those Struggling" provides actionable steps for individuals who are facing challenges in finding romantic relationships or dealing with loneliness. These steps are rooted in Islamic principles and aim to help individuals navigate their struggles with faith, patience, and purpose. Here's a detailed breakdown of the advice. Step 1. Trust Allah's plan. Explanation. The first and most important step is to trust in Allah's wisdom and timing. Remind yourself that Allah's plan is always better than your desires, even if it's not immediately clear. His knowledge encompasses all things, and He knows what is best for you in this life and the hereafter. Key takeaway: surrender your worries to Allah and have faith that He will provide what is best for you at the right time. This trust, tawakkul, is a cornerstone of Islamic belief and helps alleviate anxiety about the future. Step 2. Focus on self-improvement. Explanation. Use this period of waiting or struggle as an opportunity for personal growth. Focus on improving yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. This could involve spiritual growth. Strengthen your relationship with Allah through regular salah, Quran recitation, and dhikr. Mental and emotional growth. Engage in activities that enhance your skills, knowledge, and emotional resilience, such as reading, learning, or seeking therapy if needed. Physical growth. Take care of your health and well-being through exercise, proper nutrition, and self-care. Key takeaway. By focusing on self-improvement, you not only become a better version of yourself, but also prepare yourself for future blessings, including a potential spouse. Step 3. Seek contentment in worship. Explanation. Find solace and peace in your worship and connection with Allah. Engage in acts of worship such as salah, prayer, dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and dua, supplication. These practices help you feel closer to Allah and provide comfort during times of loneliness or difficulty. Example, the Prophet Muhammad found immense peace and strength in his worship, especially during challenging times. Following his example can help you find inner contentment. Key takeaway: true contentment comes from fulfilling your purpose as a servant of Allah. By prioritizing your relationship with Him, you can find peace and satisfaction, even in the absence of worldly desires. Overall message: the segment emphasizes that struggles in finding romance or companionship are not a sign of Allah's displeasure, but rather an opportunity for growth and deeper connection with Him. By trusting Allah's plan, focusing on self-improvement, and seeking contentment in worship, individuals can navigate their struggles with patience and faith, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. 6. Conclusion. As we come to the end of this discussion, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. Being chosen by Allah is a profound honor, but it often comes with trials that test our patience, resilience, and faith. One of these trials may be the absence of romance or companionship in your life. It's important to understand that this is not a punishment or a sign of neglect from Allah. On the contrary, it's a manifestation of His love for you. These challenges are a means of spiritual elevation, a way for you to grow closer to Him and to refine your character. The journey of faith is not always easy, and loneliness can feel like a heavy burden to carry. But remember, every trial you face is purposeful. It's a test of your trust in Allah and your commitment to your higher purpose. When you feel the weight of loneliness, remind yourself that this is your unique test and your reward lies with Allah. He sees your struggles, He knows your heart, and He is preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. If you're struggling with loneliness or the lack of romance in your life, take heart. This is your test, and your reward is with Allah. Trust in His plan, even when it's difficult to see the bigger picture. Focus on your purpose, strengthen your connection with Him, and know that every moment of hardship is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Your struggles are not in vain, they are a testament to your faith and a stepping stone to your ultimate success, both in this life and the next. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Let me know your thoughts if you experienced this in your life. How have you navigated these challenges? Your story could inspire someone else who's going through a similar struggle. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Until next time, stay strong, keep the faith, and continue striving for the pleasure of Allah. Assalamu alaikum.